Hi, my name is DeeDee Lake, and I'm with CrossRiver Media Publishing. And today I'm visiting with Miss Dyann Shepard in California. I'm here in Texas, burning up in Texas, but she's in lovely California. Dyann is one of our wonderful, beautiful authors that has been a part of the Abba's Lessons anthology. It's actually part of a series, the Abba series with Cross River. But ours, Abba's Lessons, will be coming out in October of 2023. So we hope you'll go out and get it and love it. And you'll love Dyann's story. So Dyann, welcome.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
Awesome, awesome. So I've got a couple questions to ask you. Your title of yours is Hidden Gifts from Letting Go.
Yes.
Wow. Um, so I'm not going to give it away, but it's based, I mean, not based on, but it's very similar to the Giving Tree book.
Yes.
But your own life experience, which is pretty cool. The Giving Tree, it's so funny. I read that to my grandkids, and they like me to read it because they know I cry every time I read it to them.
It's like the book I'll Love You Forever. Have you ever read that? My
Yes.
bring it to me in front of his friends and say, "Do you want to see my mom cry? Here, mom."
Right? But your story has a good ending, which I love. You brought it around to who God really is, and
Yes.
just this heart tree that you have outside of your window. And I love that in your story you talk about God basically repurposes things. And uh, what besides your tree can you think of that God has used in a different way than you expected? I know I'm kind of dropping this on you, but is there anything you can think of that He did?
Oh, so many things. I think that we start on a journey and we think this is what God wants for us. And then there's a detour. And and you go on the detour sometimes because you have to,
Yeah,
and you find that God had something really wonderful for you. And that's happened to me repeatedly.
yes.
Even just recently, I thought I would be going in one direction in my ministry. And it turns out that that is not where God wants me. He's moved me into a whole nother ministry with some women that are dealing with health issues with their spouses. So that's where God has fit me.
I love that. And I
Not
love that. I'm sorry, say that again.
was part of my plan, but it was part of his.
And I love that you see God's hand in that too, that it's not, you're not being rebellious about it or anything. It's just like, okay, Lord, it's a different plan, a different way to get to where you want me to go.
Yeah.
I love that. I love it. So, what advice would you give to somebody that has been derailed, that they think this is the plan, this is what I'm supposed to be doing, and now all of a sudden God's like, nope. What advice would you give somebody that's happening to them?
I think the most important thing is to look at Jesus and say, I know that you have my hand.
Mm,
I know that if I will keep focused on you and not on what I think was going to happen or should happen, you will take me into a promised land. And when we're in the middle of something, we're in the valley and it looks so dire, we think we will never get out. But the reality is that we will keep our eyes fixed on Jesus, the author and perfecter of our faith. He will do something wonderful. I went through a very difficult divorce that really, to be honest, lasted about 10 years. And I thought it would never end. But I made the decision to fix my eyes on Jesus, to read my Bible every day, to pray every day, and to take a walk every day. And that made all the difference. So what
wow.
you're going through, God is with you. And you think he will never use it, but he will.
Oh, yeah.
He will use it over and over.
I love to say that in God's economy, nothing is wasted. I
That's
see him as the ultimate repurposeful person, or type person. Not he's a person, but you know what I mean.
yes.
That nothing goes to waste, and that's so amazing about our God. That those things that we think are going to be just tragic and nothing else, like why God, why am I going through this? But you've seen it, too. That and you're that testimony that just because it's not what you thought it was doesn't mean it's going to be bad. Yeah.
I
So, and
think
usually,
if we're willing, he will always let us pivot our pain to purpose
oh, that's
and,
good. Say that
and
again.
pivot our pain to purpose.
Hmm. I like it. That's really good. So, Dyann, what other things have you written besides this amazing devotional that you have in Abba's lessons? I see what I think is your book behind you there.
Yes, it's wisdom, capturing the power of our words. It's based on Proverbs, but specifically having to do with the tongue and controlling it and why
Ah,
it's important. So that's my book. I have another one that I'm working on right now. I haven't settled in on a title, but I think it's going to be Parables and Paradigms. And it'll be 52 weeks of following Jesus in ordinary moments of our lives.
wow,
So,
wow.
so my story with Abba is kind of a good example of that, where I took a very simple thing and show God's amazing lesson from it.
Awesome.
So that's what I'm working on. I've got two other little 5-day studies that are free on my website. One is called What to Do When You Don't Feel Good Enough. And the other one is What to Do When Your Life Falls Apart.
And what is the name of your website?
DyannShepard.com or personalparables.com.
Nice. Well, you are an amazing author. We love your story. I know that the people that read Abba's lessons are going to enjoy it. And I just thank you so much for submitting your work and being a part of this project.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Take care, Diane.
All right. Bye-bye.